Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. Welcome to another episode of Unsung Hero of South Asian Community. This is Kunjan, your host and dost in association with ePadosi.com. We have remarkable unsung heroes in our community, but sometimes we don't know about them or we learn about them in passing. It's our humble effort through this podcast to bring the unsung heroes to you. Are you one? Do you know one? Reach out to Kunjan at ePadosi.com. Our today's guest, he started as an engineer, then he had his calling for a dancer. What began as a hobby and fun dancing soon turned into formal school of drama and arts, NKD Arts. Hello Deepak, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Kunjan. How are you?
I am doing great. The pleasure is all ours. I have to pinch myself that I'm actually sitting with someone. Oh, he was actually seriously going to pinch me. But I'm sitting with someone who is a model, a dancer, and turned actor, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, a little bit of all.
A little bit of all.
Yeah.
So we are very happy to have you here, Deepak. So tell me, how did it all start?
Just like you said, it all started as a hobby. So taking a step back, I would say once I complete my master's and I moved to Bay Area many years back, I had a lot, and I was still single at that time. I had a lot of time on nights and weekends, and I was like, what should I do? And dance was my passion. So I was like, let me see if I can join some group or some classes. So I started going out and taking classes as a student. And the instructor said, hey, you're pretty good. Why don't you join our professional troupe? So I auditioned and then joined their professional troupe. And then the next thing I realized is I become an instructor. Now, this was never planned, but it happened. And one thing led to another. And then my classes started going like fully packed across several locations. And then a couple of years later, I decided to start my own dance school. And then it ran very successfully for a few years. Then life happened. And then once I had my first kid, managing the job and the family commitments, it became really difficult to continue with the dance school. So I had to shut down the dance school, but I could not stay away from dance. So a couple of years later, what I did is I formed this performing arts troupe called NKD Arts. So as part of NKD Arts, we do performances, we do events, we give private lessons, we do private events, corporate events, community events, charity events, celebrity events. The beauty here is I did not want to end up in the same situation as the dance school, because when you're running a dance school, you have to plan the entire year's calendar.
Right.
In advance. You cannot fall sick, you cannot go on vacation. I mean, you can, but there's too many logistics you have to maintain. With the performing arts troupe, I keep it flexible. It's a project by project basis. If I'm available, I take it. If I'm not, I say sorry. So far it's been going well. And under the NKD Arts banner, we did not just restrict to dance, but we also produced some music videos, collaborated with some artists, singers, musicians. And then I also did a few short films. So one thing led to another, and the journey has been beautiful so far.
And we can see that. We keep seeing your teasers and your music videos, and it's amazing. And that's how, did you ever think कि आप एक दिन कुंजन के podcast पे आओगे?
बिल्कुल भी नहीं. मतलब सपने में भी नहीं सोचा कि मेरा ऐसा सौभाग्य होगा. Thank you so much for calling me.
इसलिए कहते हैं सपने सच होते हैं.
I know, exactly.
तो सोते रहें अगर सपने सच करने हैं तो.
That's true. Being lazy sometimes helps.
It definitely helps, but jokes apart. So tell me, are you a trained dancer?
I'm not. So a lot of people think I'm a trained dancer, but I'm not. This is I grew up watching Bollywood, and I've been always fascinated by the movies, trying to copy and imitate the actors. And dance for me was kind of imitating the actors and having fun. So I grew up, for many years I was a single child. So I needed some means to entertain myself. So I used to play games, from both sides.
Right.
Let's say chess or Ludo or Carom and all that stuff. And then movies.
So sorry to interrupt. So you were your own partner?
I was on my own partner for many years.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, आप बाहर जाते हो, but थोड़ी देर बाद फिर parents बुलाते हैं कि बस अभी बहुत हो गया, अंधेरा हो गया, वापस आ जाओ. And then what you do, right? So, and that's how I would also watch movies and then try to imitate the actors. And one thing led to another. I don't know when I actually started dancing, but I always really loved dancing. It gave me a very good feeling and made me feel very good about myself. So that's pretty much it. And when I came here and when I started taking the dance classes, rather than learning the dance, like dance pretty much came naturally to me. I would look at how the instructor is teaching. And I think couple of years later, when I started teaching, that really helped, because I was always focusing on how the teacher is teaching, then how to pick up that step.
Right.
So I think just one thing led to another, and it was just meant to be.
So the technique is what you learned, that how to teach the technique, or how to break it down.
Yeah, how to break it down,
down.
Into counts. And like I always say, when I teach, dance is probably 30% of it. And then 30% of is your ability to break. And then 40% is all like people skills.
Right.
For different people, the same step I might teach different way, so that that person understand. It aligns with their personality.
Right.
It aligns with their skill level. It aligns with their limitation. At the same time, they're not feeling bad about it, कि ये step इतना hard क्यों है. They're feeling actually good about it, कि I'm making progress. So those things, that's a different skill altogether. A dancer may not be a good performer, may not be a good teacher either. So that is something that I learned over time by doing it myself.
Interesting. I never thought about it like that, but now that you're breaking it down, it does make sense. So this leads to my next question, that how long have you been doing the professional dancing and the acting?
So I started professional dancing around 2008. So it's been a long time. It's almost 16 years.
Right.
Acting has not been continuous. It happened in chunks. So kabhi kisi friend ne bola, okay, I'm doing. I think the first short film I did was a mime movie. It had no dialogues, purely expressions. It was a little bit tough, but again, I loved the overall experience. It just helped me so much, just to improve my own skills.
Right.
And then I did another short film after that. Then I did a multicultural film. And then a couple of music videos under my own NKD Arts banner. And now latest one, आपको पता ही है, कुमार सानू जी and हमारी बेरिया की जो सिंगर है अलका भटनागर जी, उनकी कोलैबोरेशन में जो म्यूजिक वीडियो बना है. We are releasing it this month in October.
Congratulations.
So, thank you so much.
So let's talk about that music video.
Sure.
How did that happen? Like Kumar Sanu is a very, very big name. And of course, Alka ji, we all know Alka ji, कि वो बहुत मीठा गाती हैं.
Yeah.
She is amazing. She's like a nightingale of our Bay Area.
I agree.
So how did that break happen? Like how did that happen?
तो अलका जी को मेरा किसी ने रेफरेंस दिया था. उनका नाम है डॉक्टर रानू सिन्हा. आई हैव डन अ शॉर्ट फिल्म फॉर हर. तो अब उन्होंने, रानू जी ने बताया अलका जी को कि अलका जी का ये प्लान था कि ओके, टेकिंग अ स्टेप बैक, अलका जी वेंट टू मुंबई, रिकॉर्डेड दिस विद कुमार सानू जी. और अलका जी ने सब बड़े बड़े लेजेंडरी बॉलीवुड सिंगर्स के साथ गाया है. तो किसी ने उनको बोला, या उनका ये अपना आइडिया था कि ये इसका हम म्यूज़िक वीडियो बनाएंगे. एंड शी इज़ वेरी हाई ऑन प्रमोटिंग बे एरिया. तो उन्होंने सोचा कि बे एरिया में ही इसको हम शूट करेंगे. और फिर उनको डॉक्टर रानू ने बोला कि आई थिंक दीपक इज़ अ गुड फिट, आप उससे जाके बात करो. सो फिर अलका जी और मैं मिले और उन्होंने कहा कि आई वांट टू प्रोड्यूस दिस म्यूज़िक वीडियो इन बे एरिया. एंड देन आई एम अ रियल्टर, तो मेरे कोई वर्क आवर्स डिफाइंड नहीं है, राइट. वीकेंड भी चला जाता है. तो आई टोल्ड हर आई वुड डेफिनेटली बी इंटरेस्टेड, बट आई कैन नॉट डू द होल प्रोडक्शन माई सेल्फ. तो मैं एक डायरेक्टर को जानता हूँ, मिस्टर अनिल गौड़. उनके साथ मैंने पीछे 2-3 प्रोजेक्ट्स किए हैं. आई थॉट ही वुड बी अ गुड पर्सन टू ब्रिंग ऑन दिस प्रोजेक्ट. तो मैं उनको लाया, उनकी अलका जी और अलका जी के हस्बैंड अरुण जी के साथ मीटिंग कराई. ऑल द हेड्स अलाइंड, एंड देन इट वाज अबाउट फाइंडिंग अ फीमेल लीड. एंड आई थॉट ऑफ वन ऑफ माई प्रीवियस डांसर्स, मनाली. आई ब्रॉट हर ऑन बोर्ड, सबकी बात करवाई, एवरीथिंग वर्कड आउट. एंड देन द टीम वॉज रेडी. And then we planned out the shoot. और हमने सैन फ्रांसिस्को में, I think the bulk of shoot happened in one day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was my next question. Like how long did it take?
The planning took, few meetings beforehand, but the bulk of shoot happened on one single day from morning until late evening. So yeah, it's just like any project. If you plan it well, the execution is smooth.
Right.
If you don't plan it well, the execution could be a pain.
Right.
So Anil is really a master in planning it. So we planned it very well, so we could be very productive when we were actually shooting it.
Which is amazing. And I have seen the teaser, so I can't wait to see the entire thing.
Sure. You're invited to the premiere, by the way.
Yes. Thank you. Yay. Benefits of being Kunjan. So let me ask you. So you are an engineer, you're a dancer, you're an actor, and then you touched upon real estate. You're also a realtor. So what are the different challenges? Like when you take a hat out, is there a time defined कि okay यहाँ तक मैं engineer हूँ, 3 बजे के बाद से मैं realtor हो जाऊँगा?
So one thing I would say, I'm no more an engineer.
Okay.
For the last couple of years, I've been solely a realtor full time. And then, of course, dance, acting, fashion has been a passion of me. So I would go back to when I was working as an engineer full time and I was dancing very actively, because those two are two extremes. On one side, you are sitting in your cubicle or at your desk cranking codes behind a screen.
Right.
You don't really have to talk to somebody, because I was a back-end engineer. And on the other side, you are going to the studio and there are people waiting to learn from you, and you're going boom, boom, boom. You have a set plan कि आज मुझे इतना सिखाना है. Everybody needs to be synchronized. Steps ठीक से होने चाहिए, expressions ठीक से होने चाहिए. So you are very much a people's person.
Right.
I would say, I have a huge respect for my engineering career, or just in general for engineering. But I don't think I ever felt that passionate about engineering as I felt for dancing, and now as I feel for real estate. So I think वो मैं कर रहा था, also because I was on H1B work visa, so I had to do it. No complaints. I had a very good career, but कभी ऐसा दिमाग में नहीं आता था कि कल उठ के मुझे ये मेरे को स्टार्टअप आइडिया है, कल मुझे ये स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करनी है, और आई वांट टू टेक दिस प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम दिस लेवल टू दैट लेवल. आई वाज ऑनेस्टली डूइंग माय जॉब.
So you were enjoying it, but the passion or the drive was missing.
हाँ, ड्राइव नहीं थी. इनफैक्ट आई वुड ऑलवेज थिंक अबाउट आज स्टूडियो में जाके ये करना है, या नेक्स्ट म्यूजिक वीडियो ये करते हैं, या ये रील बनाते हैं. ठीक है. सो आई थिंक दैट पार्ट वॉज कमिंग नेचुरली टू मी. It is a little difficult, but I think over time I trained myself that as an engineer, these are my responsibilities, and you are using right side of the brain, and when you go to the studio, you're using more of the left side of the brain.
Yeah.
So I think over the years, I trained myself to create that balance. There is no such formula how to switch hats. I think, as they say, if you really have to do something, you will find a reason. If you don't have to, you will find 1,000 excuses.
Right.
So I choose to find my one reason, my passion that made me happy. So I continued doing that.
That's wonderful, and that's a great advice. I do want to ask, because a lot of people ask me, see, I'm a very different person when I'm not talking on the mic.
Right.
But the personality is very different when I'm on the mic.
Yeah.
But that's not me.
Yeah.
All the time. Right. So sometimes people don't believe me when I tell them that I'm a shy person. I don't talk much. But they say, but तुम तो MC हो.
Right.
But that personality comes out when
Yeah.
I have a mic in my hand, when I'm on the stage or I'm on the radio. But when I'm not, then I'm not
Exactly.
all of this.
Yeah.
So have you also, do you also have two sides of Deepak?
So I would say you hit the nail on its head. कोई believe नहीं करता है मुझे, कोई भी नहीं. I grew up as an introvert. And I have told you already, I was a single child for many years. So I did not really have that confidence. But at the same time, मेरी स्कूल से एक ही कंप्लेन आती थी, बच्चा बहुत talkative है. Because that was the only time I was surrounded by kids.
Right.
So I would talk. But when I was home, I was kind of lonely.
Right. You're in a shell.
So I think that lonely or that introvert part contributes to me being an engineer. Little nerdy, not too much. But at the end of over a period of time, I realized I'm more of a people's person. Even today, I'm talking as a realtor, I'm talking as a dancer, I'm talking as a performer, I'm talking. Right now, मैं कितना बोल रहा हूँ. घर जाके I don't need to. And I'm quiet. मैं अपनी बीवी को बोलता हूँ, यार तुम कितना बोलती हो. बच्चों को बोलता हूँ, यार तुम कितना बोलते हो. और पूरा दिन मैं बोल रहा हूँ. But again, that's something that I have to do as part of my profession. Right. And this is also something that dance taught me. I would attribute a lot of my personality development to dance. Because in dance, I was just thrown in front of people. Right. And most of the clientele is ladies, females, right? When dance performing arts comes naturally to females, then males, right? So it's not easy for a guy who hasn't taught, और इतने सारे ladies हों and थोड़े से men भी हों, and they have paid money, they have a certain expectation, and you want to use their time effectively, and you want to teach them and leave them with a good feeling about the overall interaction. तो आप कैसे करोगे अचानक, especially when you are not a trained dancer.
Right.
right? So all of that helped me get out of my shell, be very spontaneous, and then just converted me from an introvert to an extrovert over a period of time. And now when I look back and I see, okay, the dance, all the skills, soft skills, and especially which I acquired as dance, are being proven so valuable to me in my real estate career. So
Right.
that's how it happened. So now I don't really have to switch hats because both are people's jobs, right? I have to be in front of people. But earlier, yes, that was quite a challenge.
Quite a challenge. Yeah. I
Absolutely.
can, yeah, I can see that because I face that every single day.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, she doesn't talk, can she MC? Yeah, you have to see me MC.
Right.
It's a very different personality that comes out. And that personality is not needed when I'm at home or when I'm at work.
Yeah.
You know, we just, the brain switches. I don't know, something happens. Like ek door khulta hai aur koi aur aata hai. So
Exactly.
that's actually good to know that there is, I'm not weird. There are people who are like me.
Yes, we have a lot. We have a whole community.
Which is amazing. So, Deepak, what is one thing, like what is something that you're widely known for?
I think I'm mostly known for dance क्योंकि काफ़ी इतने 17-18 साल से अगर हो रहा है, that's what people know me as. People know me as a very fun, energetic person, I think. मैंने आपको बोला कि मैं लेजी हूँ, बट जस्ट लाइक वी सेड द टू डिफरेंट साइड्स, राइट? घर पे अगर वो घड़ी वहाँ पड़ी है, वो 4-5-6 महीने वहीं पड़ी रहेगी. आई डोंट नीड टू मूव इट. ठीक है, जब डांट पड़ती है बीवी से तो यू मूव थिंग्स, बट बाहर पीपल थिंक आई एम लाइक आई एम वेरी हाई एनर्जी, आई एम डांसर. They also think I'm always having fun because that's what I project on my social media. I do not really have to project my struggles.
Right.
But sometimes people think it's okay, ये तो lucky है.
It's all rosy.
It's all rosy, but I say you create your own luck.
Yeah.
Right?
It's बहुत मेहनत है.
बहुत मेहनत है.
It's not
and
easy.
Yeah, you don't have to really कि भाई आज मैंने 15 चीज़ें ट्राई करी, 14 में मैं फेल हो गया, मगर एक में सक्सेसफुल हुआ. मैं वो एक ही पोस्ट करता हूँ जिसमें मैं सक्सेसफुल हुआ. बिकॉज सबके पास अपनी इतनी स्ट्रगल्स हैं, अपनी वरीज हैं. व्हाई डू यू हैव टू शेयर मोर स्ट्रगल्स, मोर वरीज या फेलियर्स विद, मतलब खुशी बांटो यार. खुशी बांटने से मल्टीप्लाई होके वापस मिलती है.
Right. And I totally agree that it takes a lot of effort to put anything together, whether it's a small piece or a big piece, right? But the effort, endless struggle and effort that nobody sees, you know it.
एक हम रील बनाते हैं 30 seconds की, 2 घंटे नाच की हालत बुरी हो जाती है, राइट? एंड इट्स जस्ट गोज लाइक दैट.
हमने भी बनाई थी. अभी आएगी. And Deepak very nicely he improvised the step क्योंकि I'm a big Salman Khan fan, so I dance like Salman Khan. कोई भी कोरियोग्राफी सिखाओ, मैं करूँगी अपनी कोरियोग्राफी. So Deepak, that's really good to know, and I'm enjoying, and I hope our listeners and viewers will enjoy too. So before I let you go, what is one piece of advice that you want to share with someone who is also an engineer or anything? You know, I say engineer, doctor because we are Indians and that's what we are.
बचपन में वही बोला जाता है. तीसरा ऑप्शन तो है ही नहीं.
Well, I took the third option, but so I'm not an engineer and I'm not a doctor. I'm a finance person.
Kudos to your parents.
Well, there is a story behind that. कि उनको तो बहुत टाइम तक पता ही नहीं था कि इंजीनियर बनेगी ही नहीं. I can laugh about it now because you know अब वो हो गया. But any word of advice for the people who are listening and they want to do a career switch? So tell them it's not late and what they can do.
Yeah. So I would say first of all you have to have belief in yourself. Then you have to look inside and see what makes you happy. अब जैसे मुझे पता था, coming from a small town in India, performing arts career का option ही नहीं रहेगा, क्योंकि वो ऐसे as a career consider ही नहीं होता वहाँ पे.
It's not a career.
It is not a career, right? That is something that other people do. तो how do you follow it, pursue it? तो मुझे भी लगा शायद मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, but once वो कहते हैं ना अपने पैरों पे खड़े हो गए एक बार, right? So once I was done with my master's degree, I got a full-time job, and I was like, can I do something that will make me happy? अभी हम सोशल मीडिया पे ये सब बहुत बात करते हैं, राइट? कि डू व्हाट मेक्स यू हैप्पी एंड अपनी सेल्फ एम्पावरमेंट और ये और वो मेंटल पीस, मी टाइम. 17-18-20 साल पहले इस बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता था.
There was no me time तो था ही नहीं,
राइट? तो देन बट I thought कि नहीं यार कि मैं वो तो कर ही रहा हूँ जो
Right.
माँ बाप चाहते थे, but let me also do see if it's possible.
Right.
अगर मैं कर सकता हूँ ये. So I started following my passion on nights and weekends. Again, at a young age, it's not easy because काफ़ी distractions होते हैं. Why don't you want to party? Just sleep in and this and that. So again, you have to choose your battles.
Right.
What makes you more happy? So I chose this. So advice would be कि don't give up. Have faith in yourself. Find time to do what makes you happy, because if you do what makes you happy, you will also be better at what you are doing to earn your living. And then you never know what leads to another. Like now I have 2 kids and I'm not that young, but I'm still able to do this somehow thanks to my wife. We are together as a family, we are able to make it work. And she also says that I would rather have you do this and see you happy when you come home rather than मुंह लटका के घूमते रहोगे सारा दिन, right? So again, just think about what makes you happy. Never give up hope. It doesn't have to be your full-time mainstream job, but you don't have to give it up either. You can strike a balance, and if you think this is going up or this is increasing and this is giving you name, fame, money, whatever you want, you can slowly fade this out. If not, you can maintain that balance and keep going. At least that will make you happy in all spheres of life, and not just you, anybody
Who's connected to you?
Yeah, anybody who's connected to you will also feel better interacting with you on a daily basis. So it's definitely worth it. So don't give up, but keep going.
That's a wonderful piece of advice. So please don't give up. Keep marching. And हम सब आपके साथ हैं. So Deepak, if somebody has to reach out to you, like you said, you do private events and other events, what is one source that they can come and reach out to you?
So we are there all over the web. Our website is nkdarts.com. You can look us up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram by NKD Arts. Some of our YouTube videos have several millions of views. And yeah, you can reach out. Our contact information is available all over the net.
Like, what does NKD stands for?
Okay, good question. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, तो इससे पहले डांस स्कूल था मेरा काफ़ी साल पहले, and it was called नच के देख. So now in नच के देख we had students from all ethnicities, all backgrounds. नच के देख सबके लिए थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है प्रोनाउंस करना. So we were just known as NKD. तो एक ब्रांड नेम NKD था. So डांस स्कूल बंद किया और उसके बाद 2 साल बाद मैंने परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट्स ट्रुप स्टार्ट किया. So I wanted to leverage that brand value, but the company is different. The business model is different. So we called this one as NKD Arts.
I see.
So yeah, NKD is derived from Nach Ke Dekh, but it's different.
Well, there you have it. We were talking to Deepak. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much for coming on our podcast. And good luck with your promotion launch. Well, we will see you next time with another episode of Unsung Heroes of South Asian Community. This is Kunjan Mawar signing off. Till we see you next time, keep smiling, be compassionate, and look out for others. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I really had a good time talking to you.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to another episode of Unsung Hero of South Asian Community. This is Rapid Fire with Deepak Arora. Deepak, are you ready?
Always ready.
He was born ready. So Deepak, what was your first job?
My first job was in a food court in my master's university.
And where was that?
That was in Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
I was cutting salads and mopping floors.
Favorite late night snack?
Cheese and crackers.
What was the last person you texted today?
You. Sorry, I'm running late.
It's always me. Biggest fear?
Not being able to do better than what I did yesterday, last week, last month, or last year.
Okay. Biggest supporter?
My wife.
Last book you read?
Exactly what to say.
Best piece of advice you have ever received?
That's a tough one because I've received many good advices, but best piece of advice would be keep going.
Keep going. Favorite song that you sing in the bathroom?
I'm a Udit Narayan fan.
Okay.
So could be one of his songs often.
Okay. A movie that made you cry?
Chak De India.
Who is your celebrity crush? And if you could collaborate with someone, who that could be?
Hrithik Roshan.
Hrithik Roshan. What is one thing that people don't know about you?
That I'm lazy.
Well, there you have it. This was Rapid Fire with Deepak. We will be right back.